Welcome to No Fun Channel. I'm Felix, and I am addicted to a game on my phone. I don't know why. I left the plastic bottle on the floor. But yeah, I just started playing it, and I don't know what it's about the. I hit my microphone earlier and can't get it back to where I had it. But yeah, for some reason I've just been playing it. It's a role-playing game, and there's nothing special about it. It's just every now and again I want to play a role-playing game, and it just happened to pop up when I was in the mood to play one. Because I get bored with them, and then I just delete them. But this is one I've been playing for a while. I think because it has a little more variety than most of the other ones I was playing. But yeah, it's just like, I'm addicted to it. I don't know how long it'll last, I don't know how long it'll last, but it'll fade, trust me. And as you can see, I did shave. My wife doesn't know, but I shaved for her. Yes, I did. I didn't like throw it in her face or anything like I normally do. I noticed this gap has gotten worse. It won't connect anymore. It used to connect a little, but now it's even worse. So I used to do shave both sides so they didn't connect, but I don't do that anymore. I just do this. But she had said she liked it like this a while ago, and I kept forgetting to do it, and then finally I did it. And so, yeah. And what else is going on? I haven't been working out. I think I am burned down on working out. I'm going to try to start over again Monday. My goal is just get back to 3 days a week. I don't know what happened, but yeah, I got burnt out. And so I'm going to try to get back in there. Again, I'm not going to punish myself for not working out. I still been working on my diet, trying to get it right and stuff. I don't know if I'll ever get the diet part right. I think I may just have to be more cautious what I eat and just be more mindful and stuff. But not everyone gets it perfect. You just got to keep at it and keep moving forward. But one of the things that caught my attention though when I was trying to work on my diet is all the food recalls. Like even McDonald's got recall on their patties and stuff. It's just like all the food recalls. It was just like mind-boggling. Because there's this kale salad that we get at Sam's Club. And we went there and they didn't have it. I was like, was there a recall on kale? And I think there was a recall on pastas. It's like so many recalls. A lot of foods we normally buy, we couldn't buy. Like fresh foods and stuff like that. It's just like, what is going on? To me, it felt like someone purposely went out of the way to poison the American food system. And it's hurting everyone. Like even the ramen got some poison in it. I forget which brand it was. But everyone was throwing away their Maruchan. It's like, oh, what are you doing? It wasn't Maruchan. It was a specific brand. And so, yeah, like people were overreacting on that one. But yeah, those are the little things that are going on. But a big thing that's going on is that they're shooting a Lifetime movie here where I live. I believe it's the second or third one that's been shot here. But I think it's the second one that's been shot in the actual area where I live. Because the first one used the courthouse and a couple other places. But this one's using pretty much all of downtown and around the school my daughter goes, where I used to go too. And so it'll be in the movie. At least the outside of it. I don't think they're using the interior. But what's funny is we were talking about that. They're probably doing their own interior thing on it. And we were laughing about that. It'll probably be either worse or better. It'll probably be worse because the inside of the school now, when I went, it was still pretty nice. But now it's even better. They got a 2-story library in there, and it's really nice. But yeah, it's come a long way from when I went there, so it looks a lot better. But yeah, this one, I cannot talk. This one has Melissa Joan Hart in it, and I was joking around with my mom and sister. I was like, should we get a sign and go down there and hold up a sign that says Clarissa Explains It All? Just joking. My mom stood there and looked at me like, what? My sister got it. She was laughing. Yeah, like you idiot. And I had to explain to her, oh yeah, I forgot. It was there. But you don't know, that's pretty much where she got her start was Clarissa Explained It All, and I believe it was on Nickelodeon. And then she did Sabrina. But yeah, we've been watching Melissa Joan Hart for a long time. But yeah, I just think it's interesting that that stuff is going on around here. It's not the first time movies have been filmed where I live or in West Virginia. But it's interesting for it to be that close to me, or at least that I actually know it's that close, because I was picking my son up from a friend's house and we're driving. I was like, oh my God, they're filming right there. Let's go back and watch. I was joking. I didn't want to go back and watch. But it was really interesting. It was just like so interesting to watch, or so interesting to drive past it and see them all set up filming. It's like, they were by a restaurant. I was like, oh, I wonder if that restaurant will be in it. And so, yeah. So, and they're using there's a football game tonight and they're using that. So I think that'll be really interesting. The football game involved in that. My daughter's going to the game. What was funny is my daughter's telling me about they're filming at the game. I said, oh, you going to the game? And then she looks at me and goes, can I go to the game? I said, idiot, what did I just say? She goes, oh, can I have some money for the game? So I gave her money for the game. So she may or may not be in it. Right now her hair is blue, or the back of it is like it's dark and then it goes blue. And I said, make sure that blue's in front so we can be like, that's you. It was like, so that was pretty interesting. Maybe I should have went to the game so I could be in it. I probably could have been in it and got the West Virginia shirt on. But, yeah, I think that's pretty interesting. I mean, she told me they were filming at the school. What was interesting, they were filming at the school while school was going on. So I thought that was interesting. They just kind of like, not suspended class, but kept everyone in their classrooms while they did the filming. And it was like, why not just, call it a half a day, send everyone home. But they didn't do that. But, yeah, it's interesting. I think it's interesting that there's going to be more Lifetime movies shot here, actually. There's a production company that's, I don't know if they're based out of here, but the person involved with it is from this area. And they're trying to get more Lifetime movies shot here. So maybe seeing more of this, which may suck, actually, because they block off whole roads to do this and block off whole sections. So it's like, thank God I work from home, because that would suck otherwise. But yes, that was interesting. But like I said, I try not to talk about politics, but I always end up talking about politics because it's always in the news right now. And they were talking about Warren Buffett and Buzz. Actually, I thought Buzz Aldrin was dead. And Buzz Aldrin, Warren Buffett, like, I'm not supporting anybody. Buzz Aldrin supporting, I think he came out for Trump, and Mike Tyson came out for Trump. The thing is, with Warren Buffett and Buzz Aldrin, I'm not surprised by that one bit. With Mike Tyson, I'm still not surprised by that either. Because a lot of people, he has this nice persona and stuff. A lot of people don't remember. He's actually pretty misogynistic. He doesn't really see women as equals. If you listen to a lot of stuff he talks about. And he's been like that for a long time. But yeah, so I wasn't surprised when they were saying Mike Tyson came out for Trump. Now, here's the thing, though. I don't know how 100% true that is, because you know how things go with rumors and stuff. But if it turns out not to be true, again, wouldn't be surprised one way or the other. But like I said, when they say, oh, he's supporting Trump, I'm like, yeah, it is what it is. But there was this like movement. I saw this group of celebrities coming out against Trump. And it was like, yeah, I can see that. It was like all this stuff going on. And then, now I've already voted. I did early voting and got that taken care of. And then later on the news, they were talking about ballot boxes in certain areas were being set on fire. And what's funny to me is they haven't proven which side's doing it. But I feel, my good, it's a Trump supporter doing this. Because they have a history doing stuff that they think is going to help Trump. With that aside, let's say for argument's sake, it is one of Kamala Harris's people. Well, let's say, okay, we don't know. Either way, whoever it is, what they're not realizing is they're hurting the person they're trying to support. You don't know who those ballots were for. That's the problem. You could have just destroyed the winning ballots that could have won your candidate the election by doing what you're doing. So yeah, it's like you're not thinking this through. It'd be different if you stole the ballots and then only returned the ones for the candidate you wanted. Either way, those probably would get kicked out too. But yeah, it's just like, you're not really thinking this through, are you? And the answer is no, they're not. They are not thinking this through at all. But yeah, I just thought that was interesting. All this stuff coming out with the election. A lot of early voting stuff going on. And recently I just saw where a guy was threatening the poll workers. He had a "Let's Go Brandon" hat on, and they were like, "Oh, you can't wear that in here," because any polling place tell you can't, do campaigning of any kind. So, and this guy was ready to throw fists and stuff, and he ended up getting kicked out. He didn't even get a chance to vote. He got kicked out, and then he was like, he's ready to beat up a woman. It's like, yeah, you need to go. You screwed it up for yourself. You don't even get to vote. So they threw him out, and it's like, that was so unnecessary. All you had to do was take the hat off, or take the hat off, roll it up, put it away, stick it under your shirt, go vote, leave, put it back on. Easiest part. It's like, take it off, hide it. It's like, but he ready to fight. It's like, dude, if it said Kamala Harris, they still would have made you take it off. You can't advertise. You can't, I said it earlier, I can't think of the word. You can't campaign for your person you want to vote for. You can't do that at a polling place. There's a reason they said you got to be so far away from the polling place doing that stuff. You can't do it at the polling place because it's viewed as intimidation. So you can't do that. And I mean, this wasn't a small guy, so yes, some people could have been intimidated by that. It doesn't take much for some people. And especially with the reputation some sides have. So yeah, I can see why they were like, hey, you got to take that off. But my whole thing is, if it had been a woman he was going up against, would he have been so ready to fight? Because I've also noticed that a lot of these big men want to fight, but when it comes time to actually go up against a guy, they back down. It's like, oh, you're a big guy like me. Never mind. If it probably was another small guy, they would have done it. But if it was a big guy like them, they would have backed down. Because they want to make like they're about that, and then all of a sudden it's like, oh, I'm sorry, I'm not about that. But yeah, like it was so unnecessary. And, so if you're going to vote, just wear regular clothes. Don't try to start something. Just go cast your vote, because you're not helping, you're hurting your candidate, whoever it is. Just go vote. You don't need to get in fist fights over it. And now in sadder news, I saw where this teenager got killed in a Walmart walk-in cooking oven. And people were making videos about it and making fun of it, the whole situation, that you can't open the cooking oven from the inside. I don't think we have the whole story as to how she got locked in there, first off. They haven't said how she got locked in there. And who's to say that door didn't malfunction? And who's to say she wasn't drugged, she wasn't high? Maybe she was already dead and someone threw her in there trying to cover up a murder. There's more to that than what we have so far. At least I haven't seen any more to it. Other than it just says, she got caught in there. People said she couldn't get out. But it could have been a number of things that we don't know about yet. So who knows, down the road, maybe it'll turn out there was a murder. She was murdered. But we'll see. But the videos, they're making fun of her. And it's like, she died. And you guys are making fun of her. I'm not joking. They're really making fun of her. And it's like, that's horrible. This is proof for how far down the road we've gone with social media and stuff. It's not funny. And these parents lost their daughter. And people think it's funny to make fun of her. And I wonder, if something happened to you, would you find it funny if someone made fun of you for it? And the truth is, you wouldn't. You'd be mad. And hopefully nothing happens to my kids where people think, hey, let's make fun of this. But yeah, the humor, it's not even dark humor. It's just bad taste all the way around. It's just poor judgment. It's one thing if you want to show, hey, this can be open from the inside. Okay, great. But no, there are people making jokes about it. So to those people, I don't know what's wrong with you. It's not a funny situation. Like I said, there could be more to the story. 9 times out of 10, there usually is more to the story, and it just hasn't come out yet. But then now talking about other things that have been going on, is there was a streamer who thought hey, this would be a good idea to live stream me outrunning the cops. It did not go well for him. He was in a pickup truck. I forget what kind of truck, but it doesn't matter. When the cop came around the corner, there he was dead. You could see him sandwiched in the... At first I'm watching this, you see it from the dash cam of the cop, and I'm looking at this. It's like, well, what am I had to rewind it. You actually see his body hanging out of the truck. There's not like a lot of blood, but it's like he's halfway out, sandwiched in the truck is demolished. I mean, it's disintegrated pretty much, but he's sandwiched in there and dead. And I'm just like, why did you do that? I think it was a Ram. Is it a Ram? Is it TRX? But yeah, it was so unnecessary. And he's not the only one. There's been other people. There was that white streamer who, now that streamer was black, but there had been this white streamer. He got wrecked his car, and his friend was hurt. And he got a whole bunch of backlash over that because he made his friend keep filming, and the friend was hurt. And he took his shirt off. I was like, why is your shirt off? Put your shirt back on. And this kid's view on life is so messed up. I just don't get people who get in these situations and they say, oh, we got to film, keep filming. It's like, no, put the camera down. Put the camera down. And like, you need help. Oops. Hold on. I was playing, that game I was addicted to. I was doing something and I saw it flashing. So I left the game on. A thing's called Kingland. Again, I'm not advertising it. But yeah. But there is something about mobile games I wanted to ask. Has anyone ever actually bought... Legs started itching. Has anyone actually ever bought the mobile game instead of just playing a few? I'm sure people have, but what prompted you to buy it? Because so far, I have no desire to buy any game. I haven't bought any game on my phone. Just there's no desire to do it. Most of the time, I get bored with the game and I install it and move on to the next game. So it's like, what prompted you to put down the money and buy it? And I'll be honest with you, a lot of these things, I'm scared to put my credit card information in. Granted, it has access to my phone, but at the same time, I don't want to give it more access. Oh crap! It is saved now. I forgot my credit card number for one of my cards is saved. I need to delete it. I need to go in and figure out how to delete it. I don't like saving it, so I need to figure out how to delete it. Like I said, I don't like saving it, but some are saved. I'm on why it is convenient having it saved, but overall, I don't like saving it, so I'll probably go ahead and delete it. Delete. I think there may be more than one. Well, no, I think one says expired, so I just didn't update it. But yeah, go ahead and delete it and fix it. But what's interesting though, my son has. Did he purchase one? Or he wanted to purchase one? I think that's what happened. That's how my cart got in there. He wanted to purchase something. I let him purchase it. But yeah, I just never had the desire to do it. And I was always wondering, I'm personally never met anyone who's done it. Now, my son, I think, was an in-game purchase is what he did. But yeah, I want to meet someone who's actually downloaded it and see what they thought of after they bought it so they couldn't get ads. Because otherwise, when it says no ads, does it mean like I can't hit the ads to get free stuff like for the character that I'm playing? So I've always wondered that. So if that's the case, then yeah, I could see buying it if I don't have to hit the ad thing. And I just noticed my camera, either my eyes are blurry or my camera's blurry. So I'm going to see if I can clean it off here. Yeah. I don't know. Maybe my eyes are blurry. I think I'm the last person in the family, other than, well, no, my son doesn't wear glasses, but growing up, I was the only person in the family that didn't wear glasses. And now I think I still am. I think my cousin's kids even wear glasses. My daughter and my wife, my mom and sister, they all wear glasses. Even my dad wore glasses. I've always been blessed with good eyes. So, and right now my son doesn't wear glasses, but he's still young, so it could happen to him. So maybe I'll make it my whole life without having to wear glasses. Who knows? But as for the game, yeah, I thought about doing it before, but then like I do get bored with games, so it's like, nah, I'm not gonna buy it. But on that same thing of just goofing around, Yahoo had an article on I'm over adulting. I didn't read it. I rarely read any Yahoo articles, but just the title itself intrigued me in the sense that, yeah, I'm over it. I'm done adulting. I don't want to do adulting no more. This is not fun. I don't want to do it anymore. Can I go home? There, I've said this before. Like when I'm not in a relationship, I have tons of money. It's not that I'm spending all my money on the kids or anything, or on my girlfriend or anything like that. It's just I can either have money or I can have a relationship. I can't have the two together. And again, it's not because the other person's spending all the money. It's nothing. It's 90%. It's never been that actually for me. Where they're spending. It's usually if I'm in a relationship, it seems like everything that can go wrong goes wrong. Like my car, my home, this or that. And I got to spend money to fix it. When I'm single, like everything works. So the part was like, are they? Maybe they're sabotaging it. That's what's going on. But yeah, it's like I don't know. It's like maybe the couple's God is like you're not supposed to be in a relationship. Stay out of relationships. But yeah, if I'm not in a relationship, I've always done good with money. Nothing ever breaks. Everything always seems to work. As soon as I get in some kind of relationship, car breaks down, this goes wrong, that goes wrong. It's like, God almighty. Let me just save my money. Come on. But now that's not saving when I'm single, things don't go wrong, but it seems to go more wrong when I'm in a relationship. And it's just like the butterfly effect. The butterfly flaps its wing in Africa and there's a hurricane in Hawaii. But yeah, it's just, I don't know why. And I've always wondered if I got divorced, would I become a cajillionaire? Just like have all the money. It's like, and it probably is like I'll get divorced, become a gajillionaire, get to a relationship, and then be homeless. That's probably what would happen. But something I forgot to. I just saw my notes here. I saw where Jamie Foxx. Now I couldn't find like an interview or anything, but they're saying Jamie Foxx said Diddy is the reason he had that stroke, or whatever that medical reason, because Diddy drugged him. And he turned him over to the FBI. I wish I could have found an actual article or interview with him. I couldn't find it. If it's out there, someone let me know. But I think that's interesting, that's going on. And they talk about Jamie Foxx and Diddy really hadn't got along in a long time. And I just think that's interesting that's going on, that Jamie Foxx is involved. And Diddy's gotten accused of some more stuff with children. And it's like, damn, man. It's like you just went after everyone. He just didn't care. Now, this is all based on, let's say it's true. It's like he just did not care. And it's just like, wow. It's like, wow. So allegedly, Diddy is doing all this stuff. Or did all this stuff. It's just like, what goes through some of these guys' mind? And now they're talking about how Diddy's dad used to hang out with one of the gangsters back in the day. And if it turns out he's actually a TV villain or movie villain, I think that'll be, if they try to make a movie, people probably wouldn't believe it was real. Like, no, this is what really happened. He was a super villain. He was really doing all this stuff. And watch, it'll come out he orchestrated Diddy, or he orchestrated Tupac and Biggie's death. It's like Tupac went first and Biggie went. And there's a theory that Biggie found out Diddy killed Pac and he had Diddy killed. I said that all wrong. I just realized what I said. There's a theory that Biggie found out Diddy had Tupac killed and then Diddy had Biggie killed. So, yeah, if that actually makes sense, especially considering all the stuff he's being accused of right now. Maybe Biggie was going to expose him too, because now they're looking at old videos with Biggie looking at Diddy, and it turns out that the nickname he gave Puff Daddy and stuff was a way to warn people about him. It's like he named him. It's like, yeah, you guys need to be careful around him. And so, yeah, be careful. Like, be careful around him. But what makes it even worse is that Corey Feldman and Corey Haim, which one passed away? But they both tried to warn people, and they just made fun of them, saying, "Oh, they don't know what you're talking about. They're high on drugs, blah blah blah." And the Corey is still alive. He's still out there fighting and telling people this has been going on for years. They're not wrong. This has been going on since kids have been in movies, since kids have been on TV shows. There are stories of who was it? The girl from the Wizard of Oz, or the woman from the Wizard of Oz now, or she's passed away. But she talked about how she was hanging. I think, was it her? I want to say it was her. Was hanging out with the crew and stuff like that, and they were getting her drunk, and it's like, yeah, this has been going on forever, and these kids are hanging out with adults, and no one's doing anything about it because a lot of these kids' parents are blinded by the money and the fame, and they're just not doing anything about it. They're just letting their kids run around with these adults when they should not be running around with these adults. Sorry, I got distracted there. Yeah, so these kids are running around with these adults, and they really shouldn't be. And it's just like, where's the parents? Why aren't they doing something? And the answer is they're collecting the money, and they're looking the other way. Like I said, it's been going on forever. And California, I don't think they were the first, but now they have a law where streaming parents were getting away with basically abusing their kids and making money off of it. But now they got laws in place to say, hey, this money's got to be set aside, just like in the film industry and the music industry. And so that's what's going on. And they said now there's like a mass exodus from California for YouTube families because they don't want to have to adhere to the law. It's like, if that's true, if they really are leaving because of that, they need to be reported. Someone needs to report them and be like, hey, you need to watch out for this family. They're doing this to the kids. Because with a lot of those streaming families got busted, like one right after the other, all for abuse, all for different stuff. It's just like, what the hell? You know, what's your problem? Why would you do that? Yeah, I didn't realize. Usually I try to sit center. I didn't realize how off-centered I was. Too late now. I'll fix it in the edit. But, yeah, my son wants to do that stuff, but he can't legally do it till he's 13. So I'm not having him do YouTube or anything. Or let me rephrase that. I'm not having him do it. I'm not letting him do anything until he can legally do it. And even then, I've talked to him like, if you start making money, I'll put it in an account for you. And it'll just sit there and let it sit there until he has money until he turns 18. Another thing is also, I was talking about being his agent until he turns 18, he can go hire someone. But, yeah, until then, I would take care of everything. I told him I probably would take 10%. I think they take like 20% now. A lot of agents take 20%. Well, I was like, I'll take 10%, for incidentals and stuff. Especially if he turns out to be a big streamer, I may have to quit my job if he's making that kind of money, and and have to make income for the rest of the family, and take that 10% and that'll help cover my side of the bills and stuff. But yeah, if he turns out he wants to do it, then yeah, I'm going to let him do it. But otherwise, I'm not forcing him to do it. This is his choice. And if he turns out, let's say he blows up, then he decides, I don't want to do it no more. It's like, all right, cool. We just got to finish out these obligations on these contracts, then you can quit. That'd probably be the only thing I would do, is like force him to finish the contracts so we don't get sued. Then once those are done, he can quit. Like, if he starts to take off, I'll probably tell him that ahead of time. It's like, hey, if it ever comes down to you're ready to quit, there's going to be some stipulations in place that you can't just quit because you're probably going to have a contract here and there that you have to fulfill. And then once it's fulfilled, you can quit. I won't let him sign any contracts that say he has to do this or has to do that. The only way, let me rephrase that. Like, I won't let him sign any contracts to say he has to stream certain things or stream certain games or anything like that. Now, as for actual advertising, like, if it's like a product that he actually uses and never uses the other product, then yeah. But he's a kid, he'll get caught using the other product probably or something like that. And so I'll try to watch those things. Now, this is all based on if things take off for him. But if they don't, they don't. I'm not going to worry about it. But yeah, I encourage my kids not to necessarily go down the normal path. Like my daughter is going to go to culinary school, but I told her apply for grants. Get as many grants as you can. Do not take out any. I yelled at her for the most part, like, do not take out student loans. Avoid student loans at all cost. So we'll see what happens. Unfortunately, we're not going to be able to help her much. America's expensive. Every time we turn around, we're in another debt. Like, car breaks down, house needs repair, medical bills. It's like it's nonstop. And we make good money is the worst part, but it's like we can't get out of it. It's just horrible. I wish we could get out of it, but just can't get out of it. So there is that. But yeah. Oh, I was talking about political stuff and I forgot all about it. There was a thing going on, Charlamagne and Anderson Cooper, Charlamagne God versus Anderson Cooper. At least that's how I put it. Basically, what it was is that Charlamagne basically called out all the media, and Anderson Cooper didn't like it. He did not like it one bit because he put them all on blast. He told them all that you guys are holding Trump to this zero standard, but yet you're making Kamala adhere to a much, much, much higher standard. Trump can talk about, grabbing guys by the penis. Trump can talk about crazy, outlandish stuff. But if Kamala does anything out of the ordinary, she gets called out for it. And he called out CNN. He called out all of them. And he said, then you guys need to start calling Trump out for the same thing. You need to start calling him out for all those things. And if that's not true, that's like, yes, it is. Everyone's seen it. It is true. We've all seen it. And Charlamagne is not the first to say something about it. But he was definitely the most vocal. He called him out. Here's what I think happened with CNN. Charlamagne is known as a goofball here and there, goofing around, saying stupid stuff when he has people on the show. But every time I've seen him be on other people's shows, he's serious, especially if it's something serious they're talking about. So I'm not a fan of Charlamagne. I'm not a fan of Anderson. I'm really not a fan of Anderson Cooper. I've always thought he was fake. And at every turn, he's proven me right about him. And they've shown a recent picture of him, like, dude looks horrible. Dude just looks horrible. It's like, what plastic surgery did you get done? It's like, you look horrible. But looks aside, Anderson Cooper now is an old white man and doesn't like it when the funny black man is correct. I'm going to be blunt about it. Like I said, I'm not a fan of either one, but basically what CNN thought was, oh, we'll get Charlamagne the clown on here and he'll make some jokes. We'll talk politics, blah, 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 blah. He'll be a good little boy. And he came on there and just let them know. He played them is basically what it came down to. And I don't think they liked it one bit. And it showed on Anderson Cooper's face that he didn't like it. And it was like, clearly, you've never watched any of the other stuff he's been on and talked about. When he's on his show, he's there to goof around and have fun. But when he's on other people's show, it's like he's taking it serious, and he does his thing. And I think that's another thing. They thought Charlamagne was an idiot. They thought he was a clown, and it would be an easy thing. I'm not the only one that said that too. Actually, I've saw some other comments like that. they thought, oh, we'll get this boy on here. And he came on and he showed me he's not a little boy. And I know CNL, but no, that's not what. Yeah, it is. That's what happened. We can see it. You can try to deny it all you want. We saw what happened. Well, I think 30 minutes is going to be my thing now. I was able to do an hour before, but now lately I've only been doing 30 minutes. But I didn't do it at the top. I was too busy playing my games. What it was. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Maybe I'll move the like and subscribe to when the thing rolls in. Yeah, that's what I'll do. I'll move it over there. But this should still be 30 minutes because there's a lot of coughing in there. I'm going to have to edit out because it got nasty. So I'm definitely editing that out. But yeah. So everyone take care. Get out and vote. Get out and vote. Did I mention get out and vote? And like and subscribe. Bye. Take care.